Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Lynne Tolley's in the kitchen with us today for Miss Mary Bobo's, and we are taking bananas to a new level, adding some crunch to them.
Doesn't it? It just sounds good. Banana crunch cake. Whenever I told anybody what I was making, they go, "Oh my Lord, they've got to have some."
It sounds wonderful,
Yeah.
and it's a great way to use up those bananas that get a little bit extra ripe, don't they?
Extra ripe ones. The riper ones have more of a banana flavor. And Meryl, if you have some that aren't ripe enough, put them in a 300-degree oven, and when the skins turn dark, they'll be ready.
Oh, that's a great tip.
Ready for your
so
your
you can
cake.
make this anytime.
Yeah. So, will you start with the crunch? So, we're going to do the crunch first. You need a cup of oatmeal, a cup of sweetened flaked coconut, a cup of toasted walnuts or pecans, 3/4 cup of brown sugar. This is a half a cup of flour, and then that is 6 tablespoons of melted butter. So you're making the crunch part.
This is all I need right here.
I know.
I mean, I don't even need the cake.
So we're going to start out with 3 bananas, as I said, nice and ripe, and I've already put those in the bottom of our mixer here, and mush them up. So I'm going to add 8 ounces of sour cream, and the sour cream is going to keep it moist and tender. So I love the sour cream in this cake. And then we're going to put in 4 large eggs, 4 large eggs that I did ahead of time.
And this is going to taste like a cake that you're making from scratch, but you're actually not.
I'm not, because now we're going to add a yellow cake mix. So after we mix that together, I'm going to put in a whole yellow cake mix.
Super simple, huh?
And I think I was telling you earlier, if you don't want to do the banana flavor, you could use pumpkin puree or applesauce.
Oh, yeah.
And just change your
You could
flavor.
make a pumpkin spice cake.
Absolutely.
That would be great.
I think you suggested pumpkin
pie spice.
Yeah. Stir that up. Now, you need to stir this for about 2 minutes at medium.
Okay.
Because you want it sort of fluffy. And I did that ahead of time. So we've got a layer of our batter fluffy and nice. And I put 1/3 of it in the bottom of a tube pan that I spray. Now, if you'll put 1/3 of your crunch on top, we're going to do layers of batter and crunch.
Cool.
All the way around.
So it goes throughout the cake.
It goes throughout the cake, and it's going to be visible when you cut it.
Oh, that's going to be really
That's
pretty.
good. Now I'm going to just do this sort of quickly, and we're going to put this in a 350-degree oven, and it takes, 50 to 60 minutes for it to bake because it's a thick cake.
Yeah.
Now, another layer of crunch. And then the way you test to see if your cake is done is use one of these bamboo skewers.
Oh, that's a good
Because
idea.
a toothpick won't go deep enough.
Right.
Now, leave enough to put right on the top because we're going to top
Okay.
it with our crunch. So here's the last part. So you've got 3 layers of cake in here.
This is going to be
Isn't
delicious.
this good? And doesn't it smell good?
Yes, it does.
I mean,
it
it's
smells super
hard.
fresh.
It does. Absolutely.
nice.
One more layer of crunch.
And then when you cut it, you can see all the layers.
You can
It
see
looks
the
great.
layers, and again, you can do pumpkin if you rather, or applesauce.
It just looks wonderful. Lynn, thank
Good.
you so much.
Thank you. It was
Appreciate
fun.
you being with us today, as
Sure.
always. And you can find this recipe at our website at newschannel5.com. Be sure to go down and see the folks in Lynchburg at Miss Mary Bobo's boarding house for a great lunch. You'll just love it.
Exactly.